What's the single worst decision that's ever been made in the course of human history?
The Xhosa people listening to their prophet, a teenage girl, who told them to kill all of their cattle and that the spirits would provide for them. 75% of their population starved to death. They blamed the few who didn't kill their cattle for the spirits not providing for them.
In the 13th century, the head of the Khwarizm Empire learned from an envoy that a peaceful trade delegation from a neighboring empire had been killed and robbed by a local governor. The envoy asked that justice be done. The leader of Khwarizm decided that this foreign ambassador didn't need to be listened to, and so killed him and sent his head in a basket back to the leader of the neighboring empire. That leader was Genghis Khan. Because of that decision to breach this most basic of diplomatic protocols, the Khan turned his attention away from China and cast his eyes westward, his armies, and hell followed. Without this one decision, it is arguable that the Mongols never moved west and the modern world as we know it is unrecognizable.
Mao Zedong ordered Chinese peasants to kill sparrows because he believed they ate crop, thus hurting grain production of China. Without sparrows, nothing kept the smaller bugs and insects in check, and they ate all the crops. Famine ensued.
I forgot his name and most of the story, but the guy who threw the doctor who suggested washing their hands before surgery in a psych ward probably set back the medical world a couple decades.
Haven't seen it, so here goes. The sugar industry convincing American that the real dietary villain was fat, not sugar.
The decision to use leaded gasoline.
Infinite scroll. Not pursuing any criminal charges against the perpetrators of the 2008 banking crisis. Not only did they get away with it, they even gave themselves bonuses after it happened. Meanwhile, the effects of the crisis have shaped the political landscape of the last 15 years. Brexit, Trump, etc., etc. I have absolutely no doubt that they will continue to fuck us again with complete impunity.
Invading Russia in the winter, or expecting the invasion to be over by winter.
To start a land war in Asia.
The decision by Stalin to install Trofim Lysenko as a leading agricultural scientist in the Soviet Union, his theories about farming ruined Soviet production for decades. While they assured leadership that production was so high, they needed to increase the government's share in order to ensure there wasn't spoilage. His techniques were also taken and used by the early CCCP, leading to yet more famine and devastation. Overall, Lysenko and his theories could be held responsible for north of 50 million deaths by starvation. I can't name a bigger murder, as far as I know.
Leaving that cave all those years ago, that was a nice place, been downhill ever since.
Not buying a painting from Hitler has to be up there.
Mrs. Hitler giving Mr. Hitler the thumbs up in August 1888.
The scramble for Africa and allowing King Leopold II to gain the Congo.